Frankly, I don't know how and why people are still trying to get into a relationship these days. In this video, you're gonna see some shocking footage. The amount of lying, deception, the amount of backstabbing. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. For instance, there's a case where the husband finds out that the child that he's been raising for the past 12 years is actually not his biologically, and he's been deceived this whole time. And frankly, I think you guys understand that relationships don't mean the same thing that they used to. In fact, the divorce rate in this country is more than 50%, which means nowadays more marriages actually end in failure and divorce, which is something that really makes people pessimistic about getting into relationships and getting married. Keep watching.
Hey, honey.
What?
There's something wrong with the TV.
There's something wrong with the TV?
Yeah.
And why are you calling me? Because you're the tech guy. Aren't you getting an IT degree?
There's something stuck on the screen.
Okay.
Care to explain why you have a Tinder profile?
Not right now, no. I don't care to get into why I'm so miserable in our marriage that I feel like I had to get a Tinder account with our kids around. Okay, I'm trying to give him a bath. You're literally holding our 6-week-old baby. No. I'm not trying to explain this right now. When the kids go to bed, sure. We'll talk later though. Not right now.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Hi. Hi.
What's going on? Having dinner?
What's going on?
Having dinner.
Who are you with? I'm a friend.
Cool.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, in here.
A work friend? Or yes, I'm a friend. Okay, well I'm his wife. So what kind of friend are you?
We work together.
You know our kids tonight? We were planning on having you over tonight. You guys are back at the Bel Air. 3 hours for the
What do you want, Jake?
Hey, so, I'm picking up the kids right now from the party place, and I was wondering if you could talk to me for a little bit.
Talk to
on the
you
way
for a little
home.
bit?
Yeah, okay.
About
I'm
what?
gonna shoot you straight right now. So Helen cheated on me.
Wow. How the turn has tables, or whatever this saying is.
Okay, I'm gonna skip right over whatever the hell that was. I know, blah, 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 yeah, hindsight, bitch, and I never should have treated it. And I was wondering if, and I know I cheated, but it's not true that once you cheat, you're always a cheater. I just want you to understand that
Jake, this isn't even the first time you've cheated on me. This is like the second or third time. So I think I'm going to stand by that saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. Because, what?
Only those who've been cheated on know the feeling. Yo, when you first see that screenshot, when you first get the news, the confirmation that your significant other was cheating on you or doing something else, was whatever, yo, your world crashes, yo. I'll never forget, my head started spinning. Yo, I'm talking legs feel like spaghetti, heart about to burst out your chest, you start sweating. Yo, I feel like I could feel the blood going down like my veins inside of me. I'm talking, I got down on my knees in the middle of the street, and I wish I was lying. I wish I was lying. I don't know why I'm laughing, because it's really not even funny, but male, female, unspecified, man, that shit hit you. That shit be earth-shattering. Hey, on the bright side, I'm so healed, I can make a joke about this shit now, man. You know, if you could laugh with me right here, if you could laugh with me, you know we on the right healing path, y'all.
I broke up with my best friend because she cheated on her husband. And I think that's a very valid reason to end a friendship, in my opinion. So my best friend, let's call her Bree. And her husband, let's just call him Sam. So my best friend Bree was dating Sam for about a year before he proposed. And that's literally all she could talk about was wedding, right? She was like begging him to freaking marry her because she wanted to be a housewife. She didn't want to work. And he was like working freaking full time to help with this wedding and just help with her future. Like he wanted to buy her dream house, wanted to buy her dream car. Like he was in love with her. So before the wedding, she was like really on point to get her body right to fit into like her dream wedding dress. So she hired a personal trainer, and let's just call him Mike. And she would spend a lot of time in the gym. Like she was there probably 2 times a day, almost about 5 times a week. So she was spending a lot of time with this guy Mike, and her husband obviously like didn't really notice it because he was working full time, like literally working non-freaking stop. So it got to a point where all she was talking about was Mike. It used to be wedding, and now it's Mike. Like all her conversation was like, oh, Mike taught me this, me and Mike went to do that. And I'm just like kind of iffy because I'm like, you're spending way too much time with this Mike dude. And she's like, it's okay, like Sam's always working, like it's fine, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, but in the back of my head, I was just kind of like, this is weird. But I never said anything because it's not my place, you know, it's not my relationship, it's not, you know, my boundary, so you do you, okay? And, you know, it got to a point where she was going on like coffee date lunches with him, and I was like, this is weird, but she didn't say it was a problem because his coworkers were also there too, so like, you know, it wasn't just them two. Anyways, there was this one night where I was up pretty late, and me and my boyfriend, you know, we were messing around, we took some spicy cubes, we had a long night. And I was just on my phone, you know, kind of scrolling through my friends' locations as one does, you know, on a late night. And I see that she's not at home, but she's out at a club. And I'm like, hey, why is this girl at a club at, you know, 1, 2 in the morning? Like, you should be home with your husband. So I'm giving her a text, and I'm like, hey, like, what are you doing? You know, like, where are you? And she goes, I'm with Mike. You're with Mike? Why are you at like a bar or club area? Like, what are you doing with Mike? Oh, well, you know, his coworkers wanted to go out for drinks, and, you know, I told Sam that I was just going to be hanging out with you. And so if he calls, just say that I'm with you. And I say, girly, that is way past boundaries. You're like, first you're lying to him, and now you're telling him that you're with me and you're with Mike. That is a whole different situation now. She's like, no, it's okay. Like, everything's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. And at this point, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm getting stuck in the middle about this, and I don't like it. So the next morning comes, and Sam calls me, and he's telling me like, hey, like, can Bree, you know, call me when she gets up. I have to talk to her about something about the wedding. And I'm just like, shoot, like, what do I tell this man? Like, she's not even with me. So I give her a call, and I'm like, dude, like, you need to call your husband because he's calling me now and asking me to tell you to call him. Like, this is just getting way out of hand now. So after they talk, and apparently she wants to call it off with him, me and Bree get in this whole conversation, this whole argument, because she wants to actually get a divorce with Sam now, who was like literally the love of her life, but she's just so like blindsided by this Mike guy. She's telling me she wants to get a divorce with him, and I'm telling her, like, were you doing anything with Mike before, you know, you're making this, you know, decision? She's like, no, like, I would never cheat on him, which I know she's lying, because obviously she's doing something with him if she wants to break up her engagement all of a sudden, but she's claiming that he is the problem. Like, he's controlling, he's toxic, and just kind of flipping the script on him, which is like so wrong, because me and my fiance, we knew Sam way before they were together. So now she's like corrupting his character, and I'm not okay with that. So we get in this argument, we don't talk for months, and I find out they eventually get a divorce, and guess who she's with now? Yep, she's with Mike now. So I'm glad, good riddance to that. I don't have any of that negative energy in my life anymore. But yeah, I felt really bad for Sam at the end of the day.
I found out that my fiance was cheating on me right in the middle of his proposal to me, like literally as it was happening. Now, I was madly in love with this man. I was head over heels, would do whatever he said. If he said jump, I would say how high. At the time, we had been dating for about 2 years, maybe a little bit under 2 years. And the fact that he was even proposing was a shock to me because even though that I was madly in love with him, I didn't quite feel that we were ready for it. But one day, he just decided to surprise me, took me to Orlando for a little bit of fun at the amusement parks because, you know, I like to get down like that with some childish, lighthearted fun. So once we got to the amusement park, he decides to sign up to be a contestant on one of the competition games performances that they had at this theme park. So right before the show is about to start and he's about to start to compete, he hands me over his cell phone and says, "Babe, please film this. I want you to see what's going to happen." And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. How much fun. Like, this is my dream come true. Competition starts. There was like 3 or 4 events that he had to compete with others to win. And ultimately, he won. But remember, I'm filming, right? And I'm filming from his cell phone that he told me to hold. So here I am with his little cell phone filming, all excited, all proud of my man. He starts to receive text messages that are popping up on the screen. The text messages turned out to be from his mistress that he's been messing with the whole time we are together. And she's pissed. She's really pissed. I guess that morning he had texted her to let her know, like, hey, it's over between us because I'm about to get engaged today. And she threw a shit fit, even though she herself was married. So at this point, my heart absolutely drops and like I want to vomit. And I'm sitting here in a crowd with hundreds of people, maybe even thousands of people, trying to keep my hands steady and filming what's happening as he's proposing and announcing it to this whole freaking stadium full of people. But I really know what's happening as I'm seeing these texts flash across the screen. Trauma. Deep breaths, Tiffany. Deep breaths. Now listen, I am not the type of girl that likes it when people see me sweat. I keep my cool. I just smile and I pretend that I'm the just most elated, happiest woman on the planet. So since this proposal has been blasted all over the big screen, that everyone around me is so excited for me, they're congratulating me, and I'm just like in shock and awe. I somehow managed to keep my composure and to just walk outside of the stadium and wait for him outside. Once he shows up, he immediately gives me a huge hug, tells me that he loves me, and of course, does the proposal again to my face this time, not just on the big screen. There's so many people watching. Remember, we're in the middle of a theme park with thousands of people. So I quickly grab him and drag him into the nearest restaurant in this theme park that I could find. And I bring him over to the bar area and I sit him down and I tell him everything that I know. He didn't try to deny it. He knew that he was caught. And for the next 30 minutes, he proceeded to just tell me everything that he thought that I wanted to hear. And I was just numb. The only words that I could manage to muster up at this point were, "Baby, this 2-carat diamond ring, it's just not going to be enough."
If you missed the last few parts, I basically caught my husband cheating on me with another girl at a hotel this past weekend. I went to confront him, but I found her instead, and he sent me a lot of text messages following that interaction. I'll keep you guys posted with the remainder of the text.
So last night, I approached my soon-to-be ex-husband, and I asked him straight up, "So it seems like you've wanted this divorce for a long time. And it seems like you purposefully sabotaged the end of our relationship so that I would break up with you. So in a moment where you saw that I was already having a hard time because we weren't in a good place, and I'm really stressed with work and I have a lot of stuff going on with just being a mom and being a full-time fitness instructor teaching 20 classes a week, why didn't you just tell me that you wanted a divorce? Why couldn't you just say it up front?" And you know what he said? He said, "I don't know, I was just scared." You were scared. Okay. So in a moment where I was already having a hard time, you chose to make my life harder and do something like talk to other women and let me find it and not be apologetic when you do and say, "Yeah, and I'm probably going to keep doing it," so that I would break up with you in a moment where I was already struggling. You chose to make my life harder. You know what? I'll never forget that. And I'll never forgive you for that. And you're a coward. And he said, "Yeah, I guess I am." Because you were too afraid to just come to me and say, "Taylor, this isn't working for me. I want a divorce." You had to sabotage and do things to where I would leave you and put me in a mental fuck and make me feel devalued and insecure and terrible about myself so that I would break up with you because you were too afraid to do it. Awesome.
First off, I want to say thank you to you guys for the overwhelming amount of kind comments on my last post. You guys have given me so much hope for my future, and I just really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. A lot of you asked if there were like signs or if I thought that JJ was cheating on me, and that's why I looked through his phone. And honestly, no, there were no signs at all. He cheated on me on December 26th, and I found out on January 19th. So those 3 weeks were very normal, which is terrifying, but I threw him a surprise party the weekend before, and it was good vibes. So why did I look through his phone? So we were at Busch Gardens with his mom for his birthday, and I left my phone in the car. So we rode a bunch of rides all day. They were gonna do one more, so I kept his phone. Like, I held on to it while they went and did one last ride. And so I was just sitting there on the bench with it, nothing else in my hands, and I just opened it. And I clicked on the messages. I saw her name. We'll just call her Megan. I saw her name, and I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but I hadn't like heard him talk about her in a while, so I was like, that's kind of weird, like, because I knew they used to be really good friends, and now she's like at the top of his messages, but I completely forgot she existed. So clicked on her name, and it was all right there. And honestly, in my prior video, I sugarcoated the text messages. Like, they were nasty. He honestly would have had a better chance at convincing me that it wasn't him, because like that was not my man in those messages. I was like, what? Yeah, so the whole thing took me about 12 seconds. Then his mom and him started walking towards me again. I gave the phone back to him. The messages must have been up, because it was like immediately he was in my ear, like, you know, give me a chance to explain this. Ari, it's not what it looks like. Like, I swear, like, this is not what it looks like. I'm like, what else could it possibly be? It was really bad. So he wanted his mom to drive home, and we were gonna Uber, and I was like, no way, I'm riding with your mom. I'm going with her. Like, I am not staying here. You are not keeping me. So we got in the car. I immediately texted my sister what happened. We got back to the Airbnb. I told his mom on him. She was just too stunned to speak when I told her. Disgusted. She asked me if I needed to go home. I was like, yeah, actually, I'd love to go home and not have to stay another night with you guys here in Tampa. So I went home, spent the night at home, you know, good old-fashioned cry your eyes out, which honestly, that was probably the worst part of this whole thing, has been telling the people I love about it. Like, Mom, if you're watching this, do not ever cry like that to me ever again. That was horrific. We can never do that again. Yeah, just like my family's hearts like breaking for me, my friends, like it was just traumatic a little bit. Anyways, so the next day he gets dropped off. We walked probably like 4 miles, and he just told me that, of course, this was a one-time huge lapse in judgment. Not that it mattered. He wasn't saying that to get me back, but I just can't get with that, because sure, even if it was a one-time lapse in judgment, like, what about every single day after that for 3 weeks that you looked me in the eye and told me you loved me? This man was going to say vows to me with this secret. Like, that's so disgusting. Yeah, that's kind of the whole story. I obviously called off the wedding. JJ's gonna pay for it, pretty much all the deposits that we are going to lose. And then as for the girl, I don't really care about her, to be honest. I think she's gross, obviously, but at the end of the day, JJ was the one who owed me loyalty, not her. But I did message her on Instagram, and I said thank you. I meant that shit, dude. Like,
hold on, man, where you going?
I'm finna go on the store. You said you was taking me shopping.
Come on, I was gonna take you shopping, but not no Louis Vuitton.
This is where I want to go shopping. Where
Come on.
else you thought we was gonna go?
Man, come on, Forever 21. What you on? I'm not gonna take you to Louis
Forever
Vuitton.
21, boy. I'm not no Forever 21. What you talking
Man, you
about?
tripping, man. We going to
No,
Forever
come
21,
on.
dude.
We're going to Louis Vuitton.
Come on, dude. I haven't even been knowing you for that long. This is our second date, dude. You
Okay,
tripping,
but if
bro.
you want to date me, you need to be able to keep up.
Come on,
And
listen.
I
I'm not
shop
gonna
at
take you to
places
no
like
Louis Vuitton, bro. This is second date, bro. I said I was gonna take you shopping Forever 21. That's the only place we going.
I'm not finna shop at no fucking.
Hey, listen. We not going to no Louis
You finna come
Vuitton.
take me shopping up here?
No, I'm good, bro.
Because I don't want to talk to
Listen, I'm good. Listen, I'm not even gonna be arguing with you in the mall like you tripping. I'm gone, bro. Yeah, I'm gone because your tripping, man. You tripping, bro? Hell no, bro. Man, but yeah, but.
Where you get money for food?
What do you mean? My bank account.
So where was this money this whole trip?
What are you talking about?
You had me pay for your bags, all of your bags. That's your other bag right there. Where like you ain't put in for nothing. You didn't pay for no Ubers.
I didn't put in this trip.
I invited you on a trip, but that means bring your own money.
Well, you didn't say that.
Like you over here, you could buy that meal, but you couldn't pay for no Ubers.
It was $18.
We couldn't even do the excursions because you talk about you didn't have no money.
You planned a trip for us, and then you expect me to pay?
It don't matter. At the end of the day, you don't have your own money. Like I'm confused. Why would you even want me to?
It's clear that I do.
Why would you want me to fly you out and you don't have your own money anyway?
You literally planned the trip.
Oh, you trying to whisper because is people around? That's what you're trying to do?
No, because you're trying to embarrass me.
I mean, yeah, I'm putting this out there. Nobody should travel with you. Y'all watching this? Do not travel with her. She don't have no money to travel. Period. All of these bags was 50 plus, and this one was overweight.
Bro, you literally invited me.
It doesn't matter if I invited you. I told you about the trip. I sent you the itinerary. I told you the price of everything and what it was gonna pay.
I didn't think the price
And
mattered.
you didn't
big
pay
baller,
anything.
You big baller. You decided
Yeah,
to
I am
plan
big
the trip
baller.
for
You're
us.
right. I am big baller. But that don't mean nothing. You got on Balenciaga slides, but you couldn't pay for nothing on the trip.
I have money.
So why you didn't spend none of your money? Why you had us sitting in the we were sitting in the hotel room.
No, this says your name and everything.
That's you.
We just go.
Kyle.
Sophia.
Are you guys dating?
We are, yeah. Today it's a year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Today is, yeah.
Damn, this is your anniversary.
Yeah.
Are you down to see if your girl is on any dating app?
I'm down with that, yeah.
Do you really think we need to do that? Why can't we just leave?
It'll take like a minute, you know? Like
Yeah, no, I just, it's our anniversary. I kind of wanted to go home. I don't really.
We're trying it out. We're good. We're trying.
He is a cheater buster AI right now. Tom, what's your name?
I don't understand why we're doing this. Like,
Her name is Sophia.
I just don't
You should be
understand why.
fine. Do mine right now. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it, but I'm just
Okay.
saying I don't understand
Okay.
why we're standing here wasting our time doing this.
Okay.
I'm not hiding anything. I just don't see the reason to do this.
Okay. I can see the way you're acting.
Is this you? Is this your Tinder?
No.
Bro, what is your Tinder profile?
I'm not on that. I don't know what kind of joke.
Is that shit recent?
It says she was active 2 days ago. I mean, no, this says your name and everything.
That's you, bro.
Can we just go? I think we can just go.
Alright, bro. What the
I
fuck
think
is
we
wrong
can
with
just
you?
go.
Nah, I'm done.
After watching this video, I can understand why nowadays there are fewer and fewer people, especially younger people in the Gen Z generation, refusing to get into relationships, get into dating, or even getting married or having kids, because just the amount of deception and cheating and disloyalty that we're seeing on a mass scale in society right now, it's absolutely heartbreaking. And this really speaks about the level of corruption and just, you know, how society has been degraded and it's been decimated, because what should be a foundational unit of the society, the family, has been absolutely decimated and it's almost non-existent now. This is why you have so many people nowadays being raised in a single family household, and yeah, people just don't want to get married because they never end up working and they just end up getting cheated on and just ends in disaster in most cases, more cases than not. So it's getting harder and harder.